So recently Edmund asked how would the community fix the two issues you can see on your screen right now. And since I don't really run a Twitter, I wanted to share a few of my thoughts on this with you guys, and maybe hear some of your ideas. Oh, and before we start, I have almost no idea how the fuck game actually works in the background, to be honest, on foreground too, and if any of the stuff I'm about to ask is even possible, so I will not concern myself with those limitations. Anyways, let's start from the second issue, because I can yap about that one a lot more. So you come back to your house, and the first thing that happens is all of your items from the adventure are automatically pulled into your stash. So the first thing you waste your time on is finding which items are now mixed with the items that you actually wanna keep. This is especially bad if you recently died a few times and now you went for a loot run and you come back to your house and now half of the items that are in your stash you need to throw away, and you need to filter which ones are good, which ones are bad, when they're already mixed with the house items, and the only thing you can go by while sorting them is the art that they can visually see. And this is where we transition to the second thing that I wanna yap about. Filtering. I wanna be able to type in words and find items in my stash that correspond to those words. Legit, just give me a text field and I'll be happy. This, by the way, can improve both sorting after the run and preparing for the run aspect. Because if, for example, I remember that I have an explosion Steven, right? I wanted to be able to type in explosion, and that, hopefully, highlights or maybe like hides all of the items that don't correspond to the words explosion that I have typed in. And by the way, on the screen right now you can see the examples from Path of Exile, which has approximately the same systems that I want. That game also allows regular expressions in the search field. I don't think we need that. The looting system is not that deep in this game as in that one, but simply typing in shit and getting filtered would be perfect. In addition to the above, I think having something that like Terraria has, where you can mark different items during an adventure, that when you come back into your house, you remember, oh, I really wanted to keep those bones and like that hammer, and everything else can basically be thrown away. You can say that that would kind of waste more time, and you need to mark them during the adventure and that wastes some of your time. But in reality, if you know that everything that is not marked you can just throw away, you probably wouldn't waste too much time looking through the items in your house. Plus, this will actually give you the feeling of being more efficient, even if maybe by some metric wouldn't be. And while I'm mentioning that, I feel like the biggest issue is not actually the sorting after you come back to the house or the preparing being slow. I think the time waste on that is not as important as it feels like you're wasting time, you know? Like, when you're preparing for a run, it feels like it takes a lot of time. When you sorting your items, it feels like it takes a lot of time. And what I'm thinking is that maybe if all of that is kinda spread out, maybe some of that happens during the run because we can mark some of the items, maybe some of that happens just in general quicker because we can filter them, maybe then it doesn't feel as bad. One more thing before we proceed though, once again coming back to Path of Exile, as you can see I have different tabs in my stash, right? Into which I can sort my items. So for example, I can call this tab a helmet tab and put in only helmets here. And this one I can call a sword tab and put in only swords there. So whenever I need to find a sword, all I need to do is open this tab, and since I wasted some time before sorting these items, it's much easier for me to find them right now. I don't think we need something as deep as that. I don't think we need a lot of stash tabs or stuff like that, but I think maybe having something like sort by item slot or show only this item slot kind of button would help a lot. It can be as rudimentary as like a simple checkbox show only helmets. I feel like if whenever you're preparing for an adventure, if instead of seeing all of your items, whenever you're thinking, for example, which helmet to pick, right? Maybe if you see only like 5 helmets, instead of being assaulted by the art of 15 different items, or 50 different items, I should say instead. Maybe then it's like easier to go off the art and locate specific items that you're thinking about. But once again, this also can be kinda solved through the word filter. Also, something that I think would help you feel like you're wasting less time in preparation is if whenever you're donating your cats to NPCs, let's for example assume that you have donated all of the NPCs to Tink, and you unlocked all of his possible unlocks, and now each time you donate 10 kittens, he just gives you 25 bucks. I think having a checkbox somewhere, or maybe some other way to confirm that you wanna skip the dialogues, and just instead of seeing that being assaulted by the fucking dialogue every single time you donate 10 kittens to Tink. Listen, I don't mind Tink, but like, there's only so many times I can hear that man try to swindle his way out of paying 25 bucks before I start sending those kittens down the trash pile. Like, maybe, right? Maybe we can see like, maybe a comic bubble appears where it shows like a happy Tink or an angry Tink or some other emotion thing, and like plus 25 bucks, so that the player understands what happened and who gave those items to them. Them can be done with beanies or, to be honest, anybody else. And I think that should be only applied once you finish the NPCs. Anyways, those are all of my ideas. Thank you guys for listening, and I see you all next video. Bye bye.